Hello everyone. So in today's class, we're going to discuss continuity of a function of two variables at a point a comma b. Now the continuity of a function, you have studied that one in the lower semester for function of one variable. Same thing, but instead of one variable, we are having two independent variables, x-axis and y-axis. So we have to consider a point a comma b on x and y axis. That is, you take a point, right? Draw a delta disk. Then you find the image of that. That will be in space, 3-dimension, with order triplet x, y, and f of x, y. That is x, y. If you assume this is z, then x, y, z. You'll get a point. For each point of delta disk drawn as a center a comma b, for each of that point, you'll get a corresponding point in 3D plane. Nodi, ನೀವು XY plane ನಲ್ಲಿ right ಒಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದೆ right ಅದರ ಸೆಂಟರ್ a comma b. So this is your a comma b, right? This is your a comma b. For that center a comma b, you have taken a radius delta, and by taking radius delta, right? See, this is your radius delta, and by taking this, you're drawn a disk, which is an open disk. Open disk means you have to consider all the points within this circle or within this closed curve, right? You should not consider boundary points. So ಇದೆಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ನಾವು x, y ಅಂತ ಕರೆದ್ರೆ ಆ x, y ಇಂದ ಈ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಡ್ ಪೇರ್ a, b ಗೆ ಆರ್ಡರ್ಡ್ ಪೇರ್ x, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೆನಪಿರ್ಲಿ, ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ a, ಆರ್ಡರ್ಡ್ ಪೇರ್ x, y ತರ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. X axis length and y axis length. ಅದರಿಂದ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ a, b ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, that distance, how you are going to find distance between 2 points? Say for example, this is x, y. Okay, let me draw here. This is my point. Let me move this point here. Okay, so I want to find the distance between these two. What is the distance between these two? This is x, y, and this is a, b. You know the formula, square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square is the distance between x1, y1 and x2, y2. ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾವನ್ನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ a, b, ಈ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ x, y. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಇದೇನಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square. Square root of that will be the distance. But that distance, ನೆನಪಿರ್ಲಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ, ಅಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಒಳಗಿರೋ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತೆ a, b ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಲೆಸ್ ದೆನ್ ಡೆಲ್ಟಾ. ಸೊ ದಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ x, y and a, b, which is square root of x minus a whole square plus y minus b whole square is less than delta. Okay, so you take because this is an interval, right? In fact, you are having infinitely many points here. For each point, you will get one f of xy. So where it will be, the image of each point of this disk will be in 3-dimension, right? Having x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis. Y-axis and z-axis. Okay. It will have 3 axes. Why? Because you are given x-axis length, y-axis length, similar to that, right? When you substitute that one here, you'll get z-axis. So corresponding to this, you'll get x, y, z, right? So that z is denoted by f of xy here. So you'll get a point in the 3D for each point in this disk. You'll get a point. So if you consider all the points of a comma b, which are delta neighborhoods of this, then you will get corresponding values of x, y, f of xy, which are situated, which are nothing but epsilon neighborhood of f of a comma b. So there is a point x comma a comma b comma f of a comma b, right? If you take neighborhood of that, epsilon neighborhood of that, all these points will be in that neighborhood, right? Whenever these points near to a comma b, corresponding f of x, corresponding x, y, f of xy will be near to point order triplet a comma b comma f of a comma b. ಇದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಹತ್ರ ಆದಾಗ ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ 3D ನಲ್ಲಿ x, y, f of xy ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ a, b, f of a, b ಗೆ ಹತ್ರ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. So that is what the idea of this. So what it is saying, formally let us define what is meant by continuity of a function. A function f of x y is said to be continuous at a point a, b if for every epsilon greater than 0 there exists a delta greater than 0 such that the distance between f of xy and f of ab is less than epsilon. That means your f of xy which you are finding will be in the neighborhood of epsilon neighborhood of f of ab. That is what the meaning of this. Whenever there is a delta disk satisfying this condition, that means whenever x comma y is in the neighborhood of delta, corresponding f of xy will be in the neighborhood of f of a comma b, epsilon neighborhood of f of a comma b. So if this is true, then it is continuous. But this can be denoted by limit as x tends to a, y tends to b, f of xy equal to f of a comma b, or you can write like this also. But this can be defined in other words also. A function f of xy is said to be continuous at a point if that function is defined at that point. That means if you put x equal to a and y equal to b, you'll get f of ab. That must be finite. Right? That must be finite. So that is f of ab exists. That is the first condition for continuity. So if you want to say a function is continuous, f of a comma b, the value of the function at that point should exist. F of ab should exist. Second condition. Limit as x comma y tends to a comma b f of xy must exist. That means you need to get you need to get limit for this, right? Limit as x comma y tends to a comma b f of xy exists. If they exist, both must be equal. That is the third condition. Limit and value of the function, if they are equal, then we say this function is continuous. If any one of this fails, then we say it is discontinuous. Suppose if f of a does not exist, f of ab, then it is discontinuous. F of ab exists, but limit is not existing, then also it is discontinuous. If both f of ab and limit exist, but they are not equal, then also it is discontinuous. Right? So these are the types of discontinuities that you need to see. So when will you say a function is continuous? At a point, first value of the function at that point should exist, then limit at that point should exist, and both must be equal. If these conditions are satisfied, then we say the given function is continuous at a point a comma b. This is formal definition. So ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಮೊದಲು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಎರಡು ಎಕ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಆಗ್ತದ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ನೌ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ see some problems. Examine the continuity of the function f of xy equal to, this is taking two values. One x square plus 2y when x comma y is not equal to 1 comma 2. Ordered pair x comma y is not equal to ordered pair 1 comma 2. That means if this is not equal, then we have to choose this. And f of xy is 0 when this is equal to 1 comma 2. And we have to verify the continuity at 1 comma 2. So what are the conditions that we see? These are the conditions that we need to verify to say whether it is continuous or not. Okay, let us find value of the function at that point. So when ordered pair x comma y is equal to 1 comma 2, we know that what is our f of xy? It is 0. Now put x equal to 1 and y equal to 2 in this. Is there any change in the value of the function? No. Therefore, f of 1 comma 2 is 0. But 0 is also finite. Therefore, f of 1 comma 2 exists. First condition is satisfied. Now let us go for second one. Let us find limit as x comma y tends to 1 comma 2 of f of xy. Limit of this is equal to, remember, in the case of limit, it is going towards 1 comma 2. X comma y, ordered pair x comma y goes to 1 comma 2. It will never be equal to this in this. It will go to, that means your ordered pair x comma y is not equal to 1 comma 2. So when ordered pair x comma y is not equal to 1 comma 2, what is your f of xy? X square plus 2y. Okay. So what is the denominator of this? 1. Now you know that when you apply the limit, you should not get infinity or indeterminate. And in this case, straight away we can substitute this. If you substitute this, you will get the limit. What is that? X is 1, y is 2. So if you substitute that, you will get 5. So we got value of the function, limit also. Third condition, limit and value of the function should be equal. Are they equal? No. Limit of this function is 5, but value of the function is 0. Therefore, they are not equal. Hence, the given function is not continuous at 1 comma 2. This is how you have to solve when they ask you examine the continuity. Now let us see one more problem. Discuss the continuity of the function f of xy, which is taking two values, x square minus y square divided by x square plus y square, when x comma y ordered pair xy is not equal to ordered pair 0 comma 0, and 0 when ordered pair x comma y is equal to 0 comma 0. We need to discuss the continuity at 0 comma 0. Right? As usual, first we have to find the value of the function at 0 0. But when x comma y ordered pair x comma y equal to 0 0, what is your f of xy? It is 0. Right? Now substitute x equal to 0 and y equal to 0. What will you get? You'll get f of 0 0 is equal to 0 only. But 0 is finite. Therefore, f of 0 comma 0 exists. That means first condition of the continuity is satisfied. Now let us find the limit of f of xy as x comma y tends to 0 comma 0. You know that in this case your x comma y ordered pair x comma y is not equal to ordered pair 0 comma 0. When they are not equal, what is your function? It is this. So let us write down that one. X square minus y square divided by x square plus y square. Now is it possible to apply the limit straight away? Is it possible to find the limit by direct substitution? No. Why? See here. If you put x equal to 0 and y equal to 0, you'll get 0 by 0, which is an indeterminate. It is not possible to solve. If it is a one variable, I would have applied L'Hopital's rule. Then I would have solved this. So what I do is, this is not defined. Hence, you have to consider the different paths approaching this 0 comma 0. That means, see, we are having x-axis and y-axis, and this is your origin. This is your origin, isn't it? So you have to consider different paths approaching this origin, or your origin must be a point on that path. That's it. Now let me take this axis first. What is this axis? This is y equal to 0, x-axis. And that also approaches this origin. So let us find the limit along this path. So along x-axis, your y equal to 0. Therefore, limit of x comma, your y is 0. Therefore, 0 tends to 0 comma 0, x square minus y square by x square plus y square. But your y is 0. Therefore, if you put 0, you'll get x square by x square, which is 1. Limit of 1 is 1. So we got limit. Now let us find along this axis, y-axis. Y-axis is represented by x equal to 0 because there is no length, only height. Okay. Now along y-axis, which is nothing but x equal to 0, limit of, you are substituting x as 0. So 0 comma y tends to 0 comma 0 of this. But your x is 0. If you substitute that, then you'll get minus y square by y square, which they get cancelled. Simply you'll get minus 1. Limit of minus 1 is minus 1. See, we know that limit of a function exists only if we approach the order pair a comma b along any path. The limit should remain same in all the cases. Ella case nalgalu limit same ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪಾತ್ ಇಂದ ಕೊಟ್ಟರೋ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಅಪ್ರೋಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಲಿಮಿಟ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. But here we are getting different limits. One is plus 1, another one is minus 1. Therefore, we can conclude that limit does not exist. When the limit does not exist, the given function is not continuous. Straight away, we can declare that it is not continuous at 0, 0. Now, let us go for one more problem. Discuss the continuity of the function f of xy is equal to x square y by x square plus y square when xy is not equal to 0 and 0 when xy is 0, 0 at 0, 0. So first let us find out the value of the function at 0, 0. So when x comma y is equal to order pair x comma y equal to 0, 0, we know that f of xy is 0. But you have to substitute or you have to replace x by 0 and y by 0. Right? Because we need at 0, 0. So x is 0, y is 0 will give you 0 only. Therefore, f of 0, 0 exists and it is finite. Now let us find limit as x comma y tends to 0, 0 of f of xy. But note that here your ordered pair x comma y is not equal to ordered pair 0, 0. When they are not equal, what is your f of xy? It is x square y by x square plus y square. Now use that. See, is it possible to find the limit by direct substitution? If you put x equal to 0 and y equal to 0, you'll get 0 by 0. So it is not defined at 0, 0. Therefore, we cannot find the limit straight by direct substitution. So we have to go for finding the limit using different paths approaching 0, 0. You can find by that. Otherwise, we know that the denominator is x square plus y square. Right? So when the equation involves x square plus y square, I told you that you convert the Cartesian coordinates into polar coordinates. How? By substituting x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. If x equal to r sin theta, r cos theta, what is your x? Your x goes to 0. So 0 is equal to r cos theta, which is nothing but r goes to 0. Right? If you put y equal to 0, 0 equal to r sin theta. If you send this to this side, you'll get r goes to 0. So as x comma y, ordered pair x comma y tends to 0, 0, your r goes to 0. Use these substitutions in this limit and see what happens. Limit of this is equal to limit as r tends to 0. What is your x? R cos theta. Therefore, you'll get x square means r square cos square theta into y r sin theta whole divided by x square r square cos square theta plus y square r square sin square theta. Take the common factor. What is the common factor? R square is common. So remaining is cos square theta plus sin square theta. R square get cancels. Cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1. So we can apply the limit because we are not going to get infinity or indeterminate. So if you put r equal to 0, here there is a r. 0 into anything is 0. So limit of this is 0. So we got the limit, and that is equal to value of the function. Therefore, they are equal. Hence, the given function is continuous at 0, 0. So this function is continuous at 0, 0. Now let us see one more example. Discuss the continuity of the function f of xy cos y into sin x by x when ordered pair xy is not equal to 0, 0, and x cos y when ordered pair x, y is equal to 0, 0. You have to discuss the continuity at 0, 0. As usual, we have to find the value of the function at 0, 0. But when ordered pair x, y is equal to 0, 0, what is your f of xy? It is x cos y. Now you have to replace x by 0 and y by 0. What happens? 0 into cos 0. That is your f of 0, 0. Cos 0 is 1, but 0 into 1 is 0. So f of 0, 0 is 0. Therefore, f of 0, 0 exists. So value of the function at 0, 0 exists. Now let us find out limit of this. Limit of f of xy as x, y tends to 0, 0 is this. We cannot find the limit by direct substitution. Why? If you put x equal to 0 and y equal to 0, cos 0 is 1, but sin 0 is 0. 0 into anything is 0. Here x is 0. 0 by 0 you'll get. Therefore, this function is not defined at 0, 0. Hence, we have to go for the alternate methods. That is, approaching this 0, 0 by different paths and obtaining the limit. Whether those limits are equal or not, that we have to verify. Okay. So, along y-axis, your x will be equal to 0. But if you take that, then you have to replace x by 0. You have to replace this also by 0. So, sin 0 by 0, which gives you indeterminate. That's why I don't want to consider that case. Instead of that, I'm taking along x-axis. Along x-axis, we know that our y is 0. Therefore, limit of this, right, limit of x, 0 goes to 0, 0, cos y into sin x. But your y is 0. So if you put 0, then you'll get cos 0 is 1. So simply you'll get limit as x tends to 0, sin x by x, which is a standard result. And we know that the value of this is equal to 1. Limit as theta tends to 0, sin theta by theta is 1. So we got the limit for this. Next, along the path y equal to x, what you'll get? Limit of x, x goes to 0, 0, cos y into sin x by x. But your y is x, so you'll get cos x into sin x by x. But as x goes to 0, what happens to this? See, we do one thing. We split this into two limits, right? We can write limit as x tends to 0 cos x into limit as x tends to 0 sin x by x. Now we know the limit of this is 1. As x goes to 0, cos 0 is 1. So 1 into 1 gives you 1. Like this, if you consider different paths, for all of them you'll get 1 only. Because we can separate this limit as limit of cos y into limit of sin x by x. Limit of sin x by x is 1. Limit of cos y as y tends to 0 is 1. So you'll get 1. So that is the reason, though you consider many paths which are approaching 0, 0, for all of them you'll get same limit. Therefore, limit of this function exists. Hence, limit as x, y tends to 0, 0 is 1. So limit exists and value of the function exists, but they are not equal to each other. Therefore, this function is not continuous at 0, 0. Now let us see one more example. See here. This function x square by x square plus y square, when this is not equal to 0, 0, and 0 when this is equal to 0. And you have to show that this function is discontinuous. How are you going to verify? Remember, here x square plus y square is there, right? You can straight away substitute x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, and you can solve. Otherwise, you take along different paths. Along x-axis, that is y equal to 0. Along y-axis, that is x equal to 0. Straight away, you will get the answer. For this also, x square plus y square is there. X cube plus y cube is there. You put x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta, and try this. And this problem is very easy, right? So you write them as, you solve them and write them as assignment. We'll continue. Thank you.